What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Reunion Part 1. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hope you like this video. Look, this is not going to be long because y'all know how they do. It's a 2-part reunion. Might even be a 3-part. It doesn't need to be a 3-part, but it might be. And y'all know they're going to give us all the good stuff next week. So we just got a few preliminaries out the way. So let me just go on and hit the hot spots. And then we'll come back next week and get to the good stuff. First, they did the whole Jock, Kendra, Carly triangle situation. We still don't know about this whole timeline because Jock is sticking to the fact that they've been messing with each other for 4 years. But Carly did clear up that nothing happened last year at the cabin in Houston or at the ranch, wherever they were. Nothing happened last year, that nothing sexual went on between her and Jock. So we did clear that up because Carly was sort of letting that linger for a while. So we did clear that up. Pooh tried to put her little 2 cents in it and tried to say that her, Carly, Jock, and her husband, now they went from a threesome to a foursome. And of course, Carly is denying it. Jock is looking crazy, and Kendra's sitting there looking real uncomfortable. Um, but Carly was like, Kendra, I'm cool with you. I wish you nothing but the best. Our situation, we've become genuinely cool, and I wish you guys the best, and I'm happy for you. So that's sort of, you know, who tried to get messy with it, but it pretty much sort of cleared itself up with that. Then we dealing with the Stevie, Mimi, Faith, Ty situation. And Stevie was being Stevie. I said it last week. Stevie is just he knows what you want. He's going to give you that. He's still being an ass. He tried to say that Ty's sleeping with half the WNBA and that, he wishes the best for Mimi. He wants Mimi to be happy. He wants Mimi to find love and happiness and all of that good stuff. But he's still being an ass. Like, he's still being Stevie J. Like, the good guy. But I don't really see a whole lot of reconciliation going on with that. I think there's a part of Stevie J. I think there's a part of Stevie J that feels like whenever he wants to, he can get Mimi back. And whenever Mimi is with somebody or in a relationship, he knows that the likelihood of that is slim. And I think that that's what that's about. Because, he can do what he want to do and mess with whoever he want to mess with. But it just seemed like he can't stop messing with Mimi. Because why do you care about Mimi? Like, anybody that Mimi dates, Eva is going to spend time with that person. And it just seems like he has an issue. I don't know. But Stevie was being Stevie. Like I said, no real fireworks. Just Stevie being Stevie. Y'all know I don't do the whole fashion thing because that ain't my thing. But I really loved Mimi's dress. I loved her makeup. I loved her hair. And I loved Ty's suit. Ty looked really nice. And they really complimented each other. They both had on like a lavender. I thought both of them looked really nice. I thought they looked nice. For me, if I had to give a best dress, it would be those two. I really thought they looked really cute. Then we have the Scrap Erica Bambi threesome that we addressed. Now, Erica, baby girl, you didn't come out looking too good in this. It sounds as though what Scrap was saying was, Bambi's thing was, you don't need to text Scrap. You text both of us. If there's a situation, you text both of us. Scrap's thing was, me and you to co-parent, we don't need to really have no conversation. We really don't have to go through nobody, but a texting is cool. What time you coming to pick her up? Is she gonna be ready? Cool. What time I'm dropping her off? Okay. She got a basketball game? Cool. She got a recital? All right, cool. Like, and she's old enough now. I have friends who co-parent. And it's funny, a friend of mine just went through a situation a few months ago where they were in a co-parenting situation and they've been doing it really well for a long time, and something just kind of broke down. But the child is 15 years old now. So at this point, my friend was like, I'm good. Like, I don't wish no ill will towards anybody, but at this point, I can talk to my child directly and text who I need to text. We don't never need to have a conversation, which is true at this point. I mean, and I feel the same way like with Amani. Amani is grown at this. I mean, not grown, but Amani is old enough that um um the only conversation that Scrap really needs to have they can do through text. Like there doesn't really need to be no long drawn out conversation. And then he said that they didn't want to film. They told the producers that they didn't want to film with Erica this season because Erica came back this season. They didn't want to film with Erica this season because they didn't want any face offs. They didn't want any embarrassing scenes because they didn't want to embarrass Imani. And I thought that was respectful. Then they got into this whole child support piece. Now, seems like Scrap might still be behind on child support. But again, if it's going through the court, we don't need to have no conversation. It sounds like both of them have apps on their phone to alert them to what is and what isn't. Her app was saying that he was behind a couple of months as of June, whenever they filmed this. A couple of weeks ago they filmed this, so it seemed like y'all got two flies in my house, and when I say they are irritating the hell out of me. Anyway, it made me lose my damn train of thought. But neither here nor there. So it did sound like Erica was having. It sounded like Erica is kind of on some bullshit, and I don't agree with. I think there's a lot of water under that bridge, and I just think at this point it's probably best that they really communicate through Amani and through text messaging. They don't need to talk to each other because it doesn't seem like it's a good thing. Baby said that, Erica had filed a restraining order against Scrappy, but then the minute that Scrappy and Bambi broke up, then she didn't have a problem being around Scrappy. It wasn't no problem. So she feels like it has a lot to do with her. Rashida said that she's tried to sort of bring them together and try to get them to kind of make up. She was like, but at the end of the day, it's really just about Amani and whatever's going to work best for her. So again, I like to always sort of side with the woman, but in this case, it seems like Erica might be doing much. I don't know. I'm not blaming her. I don't know. I don't think she's making the situation easy. Then he called her a basic baby mama, which that was messed up, but I kind of felt that way too. Anyway, Carly and Mo. Carly, they got to talking to Carly about her situation with Mo. She said they're still together, still trying to work things out. He's going to try to get a paternity. He's going to court to get a paternity test about the baby, down in Arkansas or what have you. And she got defensive. Rashida said something about basically, because the host asked Carly, do you think you're in a toxic relationship? And Carly hesitated. And Rashida was like, if you got to hesitate, that's your answer right there. Like, if you got to hesitate about whether you're in a toxic relationship, then you're probably in a toxic relationship. And Mimi went to kind of co-sign, and Carly sort of kind of snapped at Mimi like, well, you and Ty have been through plenty of things, and da-da-da. Mimi was like, whoa, like, I'm just here out of support. Like, nobody has a perfect relationship, but, we're just here to support you and love on you. You know what I mean? But Carly sort of kind of got a little combative, just a little bit, but at the end of the day, I don't know, y'all, because my thing is, Carly ass ain't had no problem bucking at Mo at the beginning of the season. She ain't had no problem with it. Now, I don't like real life versus reality. If this is a real life situation, I don't know if maybe he's gotten physical with her and that's why her attitude has sort of changed a little bit. Like, I don't know if that's what it's about or if she's really playing up for the camera and trying to become the victim. I really don't know. And I don't want to question anybody who may possibly be in some type of domestic situation because something just ain't sitting right with that situation with Mo. And again, I don't know if Carly's playing it up for the cameras or if there's legit a problem. And I don't ever want to question the woman unless I have reason to. So I just throwing both things out because I honestly don't know. But it's definitely something ain't right. I don't know what ain't right, but something ain't right. The only other thing that really popped off was Pooh and Sierra got into it. Remember last episode, Sierra said she had some dirt on Pooh, and we figured she was going to bring it to the reunion. So what she kind of brought up was that she wasn't able to find a license for Pooh and Hiram. So she was like, y'all ain't even married. Y'all only been together for a couple of weeks. For a couple of years. Pooh came back at Sierra and was like, girl, you ain't no damn millionaire. All you do is own a beauty salon. And I did that in the 80s. what you telling your age, Pooh. Because if you was old enough to have a business in the 80s, that means you were at least in your early 20s. And again, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you're telling your age. Um, I mean, hell, even if it was the late 80s, if you were older, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm getting at. Do the math. So, but this is what I'm gonna say about Sierra. I don't know if Sierra is a millionaire or not. Let me say that. But what I do know is that Sierra, again, if you follow her on social media, Sierra has traveled the country doing classes, teaching people how, because she does the eyebrow threading. I mean, she owns her own shop, which is one of the, from my understanding, it is one of the hottest shops in Atlanta. They've got some great stylists there and everything. But she does the threading, and she travels teaching classes on the threading. So I ain't gonna say she's a millionaire, but I will say that she has multiple streams of income that are beyond just owning a salon. And there's nothing wrong with just owning a salon. I have friends who own salons who make a very good living. Um, but I'm just saying for the purposes of what Pooh was trying to throw back at Sierra. Then, so they kind of broke that up. And the host was like, well, we did try to track down your marriage certificate and we weren't able to find it. We see that you filed for a license, but we don't see that you ever filed, you never filed the paperwork to prove that you guys had actually gotten married. So then Pooh was like, I ain't got to prove nothing to y'all. Me and my husband, we got the baddest house, this and the baddest this and the best this and the best that. Basically, and then she said, when we get married in another country, we don't have to bring no paperwork. So what it sounds like is that maybe they had one of those destination weddings and never filed the paperwork in the state of Atlanta. I mean, I said the state of Atlanta, the state of Georgia. I don't know what the law is when it comes to getting married in another country, doing those destination weddings. I thought that it was legal where you got married, but it wasn't legal until you filed the paperwork in the state that you lived in. That's what I thought. I don't know that to be a fact. So y'all, people who done got married in destinations, I have some friends that have done that. I should ask them. I've been to a few destination weddings, shit. So I could probably ask some friends, which I didn't think about doing before I started, doing my review. But there's got to be a way that it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, too many people get married other places for it not to be legal. So anyway, but it seems like Pooh never filed any paperwork in the state of Georgia. Y'all, why somebody outside listening to Old Town Road? They're gonna play that song to death. They just gonna play it till don't nobody want to hear it ever again. Anyway, um, so last but not least, they say that the producers offered for Pooh and Carly to take a lie detector test. Carly's the only one that agreed to do it, so that automatically made everybody feel like, well, Pooh must be the one lying if she's not willing to take the lie detector test. Pooh's reasoning for now, Pooh says she took her own lie detector test with another agency company or whatever. And the Love and Hip Hop producers were like, well, we're not going to accept that because we don't know that you went to, just like she was trying to say at Carly at the mother's brunch, we don't know where you took it from. We don't know whether it's legit or not. Well, they don't know where you took it and whether it's legit. Now, her reasoning for saying she didn't want to take it with Love and Hip Hop was because she said, well, the last I heard, Kendra was going to administer the test. And I wanted somebody to give the test that wasn't biased, that didn't know me or Carly. Okay, number one, that's not what happened. That was something they said for the purpose of the show. Kendra ass wasn't giving nobody no damn lie detector test. Number two, even if Kendra was going to give the lie detector test, Kendra don't fuck with Carly like that. Like, if anything, I would feel like Kendra would be more biased to making me look good than making Carly look good. I took my chances with that one. And number three, once you found out that Kendra wasn't going to give the lie detector test, come on. At the end of the day, you sold your soul to the devil to get on this show, and you did whatever you had to do to create a storyline. And Carly brought up a valid point, which I think all of us have said. I've listened to other reviews early on in the season, and people in my comments have said it. Carly is so open about her business. I mean, she was like, I sell sex toys. I've passed my test to become a sexologist, whatever the hell that is. She said, if I was in a threesome, I would just say I did it and what? Like, if it went down, it went down. I would have said, yep, I did it. It was something I did in my past. Oh, well. And I honestly, again, taking it out of the world of reality TV. I believe that about Carly. Like, I truly believe if it had gone down, she would have said, me and Pooh was cool. Her and Hiram, that's how they get down. That's how they rock. One night I got drunk. We was fucked up, and it just went down. I believe she would have said it. I honestly do. Um, but I think Pooh was so desperate to create a storyline that would get her more camera time and maybe even parlay into another season, that she created this and went with it. I just believe that. I just believe that. But anyway, as they were getting ready, they did a Maury Povich on this, because as they were getting ready to read out the results, then it was like, come back next week for the results of the test. So we don't know the questions that they asked Carly. They asked her 5 questions, and it was basically, have you had intercourse with Pooh? Have you had any sexual relationship with Pooh, meaning kissing, hugging, licking, touching, whatever? Have you had sex with Hiram? Have you had a threesome with Hiram and Pooh? And I don't remember the last one. I don't remember what the last one, but y'all get the drift. That's basically what the questions were. So, what was the last one? Oh, did you shit on the sheets? How could I forget that one? Um, so those were the 5 questions, and we'll find out next week what because just because Carly took the test don't mean she passed. So we'll find out next week whether they detected anything or not. All right, y'all. That's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.